Hey everyone, we are sculpting today. We have a 45-minute sequence. My goal for the practice is to tap into total body. I'll be using weights for the practice today. If you're at home and you don't have access to weights, wine bottles work, soup cans work, pasta sauce jars work. Get creative. This sequence also will be a lot of body weight work as well. So of course, if you don't have weights or you're choosing to not use them today, don't worry, you'll still get a good sweat, a good burn from the class. And as always, listen to your body, take rest when you need to, water breaks when you need to, pause the recording, rewind the recording, take advantage of this time to move your body. Okay, so we'll start the practice, weights near the top of the mat if you are using them, and come to lay on your back in a reclined round angle. Bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall open to either side of your space, left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. I love this shape for just being able to tune into breath and sensations and movement in the body so that we can begin the transition from our outer world, the distractions in our day, in our space, and commit whole self, body, mind, spirit to the work and to the practice. And as you rest here, checking in with yourself, I'll just cover a few things. So our sculpt practice definitely tends to be more on the fitnessy side, but the principles of yoga are still encouraged. So with that, your breath is your guide. You listen to your body, take rest when you need to. There's a term in yoga, ahimsa, meaning non-harm, non-violence, practice with so much ease and care. So we're not working to create injury or push the body too far. There's always this balance in the practice of effort and ease. Okay, so whatever that looks like for you today, so important to kind of play along the edge of that. So you're safe and supported in this movement today. You can linger here for a little bit longer or bring your hands to your outer thighs and slowly draw your knees in together to touch. Gentle release in the hips after that hold. Okay, draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. Keep it around your forehead and towards your knees as you lengthen along the back body. Lower your head and your shoulder blades back down to the mat and send your knees to stack up over your hips. Flex through your feet, feel your navel draw down. Okay, see if you can take a bit of that natural curve in the lower back away by activating through the core. Okay. Then open your arms up to a T or a cactus. Slowly begin to lower your knees towards the right, just to a hover so we fire up the obliques. And then come back through center, same thing other side, knees fall to a hover over to the left. So we take really gentle movement to start as we begin to create more awareness in the body. Knees hover to the right. And come back through center, hover to the left. You might add a shift in gaze in opposite directions as you move from side to side. Allow your breath to initiate the movement. Let's take one more round to each side. So one more time, knees hover to the right. And one more time, knees hover to the left. Good, next time you come back through center, can you lift your legs up towards the ceiling? So the heels flex up towards the ceiling, toes back towards the shins. Take a soft grip to the back of your right leg. Option to lift head, neck, shoulders, and then hover your left heel an inch or two away from the mat. Navel draws down. Once again, we're active through the core. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Notice they want to start to creep up. Okay, and then with the breath, can you switch? Left leg will draw in, right heel will hover. Okay. So again, the slow activation of the core, right leg in, left heel will hover. And switch from side to side, left leg and right leg. Keep drawing the navel down, keep the gaze up towards the ceiling. Let's move for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Stay with me. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both legs up towards the ceiling. Lower shoulder blades back of head to the mat. Knees pull in towards chest. Rock your body from side to side. Release the lower back. And with your hands to the back of your knees, start to rock and roll along your spine back and forth 2, 3, 4 times. And eventually come all the way through to a tabletop. Spread your fingertips wide, knees and hips stack. Okay. Dome across your back body, navel pulls in. Okay. Then on your inhale, let your belly fall, lift your hips, shoulders peel back, gaze through to cow pose. Exhale, round navel to spine, chin to chest, dome across the back body, cat pose. Inhale, breath, belly will fall, lift your hips, shoulders back, gaze through, and exhale, round navel to spine, chin to chest. Take a few more rounds of cow-cat movement on your own with your breath. I believe this movement is so important, preparing the body in many different ways for the work. Good place to invite some patience into the body. I know the tendency with a sculpt practice is to want to hurry into the work, but don't worry, we'll get there. Lots of time to work and sweat. But really preparing the body to work so that we can practice ahimsa and be safe in the body. Okay, next time you come through tabletop, pause here and hold. Root into your right hand, reach for your weight with your left hand. And on your inhale, can you start by charging your right heel towards the back of the space? So your right heel is back, your right palm is down. Okay, navel draws in towards the spine, shoulders move away from one another, shoulder blades do, and slowly reach your left arm forward. So if you have the weight and it's not serving you, remember you can ditch it at any point. We'll add some movement here for the core and the spine. As you inhale, lift up through the arm and the leg. As you exhale, squeeze elbow in towards knees, dome across your back body. Inhale, breath, kick through your heel, reach your weight forward. And exhale, squeeze, knee to elbow. Let's go for 5. And squeeze. 4, lengthen and squeeze. See if you can kick back into your right glute for 3. Squeeze. Last 2. Squeeze. Last 1. Squeeze in, hold, hold, hold. Lower your weight down to the mat just for a moment. Plant your left hand flat. Kick back through your right heel. Slide your left toes towards the left side of your space. Grab your weight now in your right hand and you'll open up to a modified side plank. Right foot meets the mat. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Okay, and I would encourage that your left hand is slightly ahead of your left shoulder. It will feel a bit nicer on the shoulder joint as you lift your hips up and gaze up towards the ceiling. Okay, now option 1, this is where you stay and hold. Option 2, start to hover your right foot and reach your right arm towards the front of this space. We add a side crunch, oblique crunch, elbow in towards knee, right side, and open. Right elbow to right knee, squeeze in. And open. See, we're right away into the work. Let's go for 5. Open. 4. Open. Last 3. Squeeze into your core. Open. 2. Open. Last 1. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slowly come back through center. Right weight to the mat. Right hand to the mat. Right knee, left knee to the mat. Tabletop. Okay. Root through both palms from here. Tuck your toes. Hover your knees for a moment. So you balance out your weight, equal weight in both hands. Dome across your back body. Core is on. Stay for an inhale breath. Downward facing dog. Okay. We'll use this first downward dog as a reset. Connect back to your breathing. Connect back to sensation, energy within your body. Okay. Slow down the breath, create those full inhales, empty out completely on your exhale. Okay, lift your right leg up and back behind you. Right leg will kick up and back. Bend your right knee and stack your hip. So as you lift your right knee up towards the ceiling, charge your left heel down, broad across your back body, core is always on. Lift your knee up a little bit higher. Now come high onto your left toes. Look forward and tap your right knee to your right elbow. Hips in line with your shoulders and kick up and back. Try that again. Right knee to right elbow or tricep. Squeeze into your glutes, dome your back body. Kick up and back. One more time. Knee towards your elbow. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And kick up and back. This time come high onto your left toes. Look forward. Right foot will land in between your hands. Lower your left knee, top of your foot. Okay. Take a moment, catch your breath once again, relax your shoulders from your ears. And then you'll grab for your weights, one in each hand. Press away from your right foot and slowly lift your hips or your shoulders up over your hips. Okay. There's this activation in the lower body. Think of drawing your right hip more forward, left hip more back. Activate through your core so you lift your spine up nice and tall, shoulders over hips. Okay, hands to heart center. Press your weights up towards the ceiling and we'll add some work for the triceps. Slowly dip your weights back behind your head, elbows in line with your ears. Okay. And as you inhale, can you press through your right foot as you kick the weights back up towards the ceiling? Okay. So there's movement in the lower body and upper body together. Bend back into your elbows, lower your hips, but inner thighs are on so we're not collapsing. Inhale, press your weights back up towards the ceiling, squeeze your inner thighs as you lift up from the hips. Okay, now find your rhythm of breath. Okay. Inhale and exhale. Let's stay here together for 8. Squeeze into your core, squeeze into your inner thighs, 7. Let your breath guide you, kick up, 6. 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Slowly lower, bring your hands back to heart center. Bring your weights one to either side of your right foot. Tuck your left toes. And we'll flesh out that work with a few rounds of breath. Stay with me as you inhale, settle into your hips, chest gaze pull through, similar to your cow pose. As you exhale, squeeze your inner thighs, lift your hips up and back, fold forward over your right leg. Try that again. Inhale, come forward, let this feel good for the lower body. Exhale, squeeze, hips up and back, forward fold. 3 more rounds with your breath. Bend. And extend. Last 2, bend and extend. One more time, you can do it. Slowly bend and press back. Okay, slowly come back forward into your lunge. Plant your weights down near the top of your mat. Find a bit of buoyancy and take a big step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Okay. Shift your weight into your left foot. Give the right foot a moment of recovery. Take an inhale to halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Grab for your weights, slowly rise all the way up. Bring your weights with you. Keep them tightened towards your body to stay safe. And reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Okay. Bring your big toes together. Heels can stay slightly apart. It's not a wide V, but more so keeping the outside edge of your feet parallel with the outside edge of your mat. Okay. Then slowly sit into a chair pose. Weight back into your heels, squeeze into your quads, your glutes, and your arms will reach out in front of you. Okay. First chair pose of the practice, squeeze into your inner thighs, roll your shoulders down away from your ears and keep your gaze lifted. And we'll add a hammer curl. Okay, so weight squeeze in towards your shoulders and then extend back through your arms. Keep your hips low. Hammer curl in and exhale out. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Remember, you can ditch the weights at any point. Last 4, 3, I'm shaking. Last 2, And 1, hold, hold, hold. Sit back further, stay for 1 more inhale breath. Forward fold, exhale. Really good, you guys. Take your feet out hip distance. Without the weights in your hand, take a halfway lift. And as you exhale, forward fold. Let your head hang heavy, shake your head no yes. Grab for opposite elbows and let your torso really decompress, your spine decompress. You can sway from side to side, shake your head no yes. Catch your breath, calm your breathing. Okay, slowly release the arm variation you have. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands and step back into a plank pose. Okay. Spread your fingertips wide, toes, ankles stacked. Squeeze into your strong quads, your strong glutes. Okay. And our first held plank pose. Okay, so we'll stay here for a little bit. Okay, before we move into that same sequence on the other side. So stay with me here, I know we'll come back to that. Dome across your back body, squeeze your triceps, your biceps. Okay. Notice the tendency to hyperextend the elbows. Instead of locking into the joints, can you fire up the muscles by taking a soft bend in the elbows? Okay, stay with me here. Remember, you can use your knees at any point for extra support. Inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes, slower than you want to. Come all the way down to your belly. Okay. With or without your weights, take your arms alongside your body, palms are down. So again, with or without the weights, palms are down. On your inhale breath, let's start first with just lifting the upper body. Okay, so as you inhale, peel your chest, hover your hands and press into the tops of your feet. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. And as you exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. Second set, arms and legs come up, upper body and lower body. Inhale, lift. Squeeze into your glutes, into your back body, into your triceps here. And exhale, slow lower. One more time, this time we add a pulse, with or without the weights. Everything comes up with your chest, your arms, your feet, your legs. And add a pulse in with the head of the weight towards the midline for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower. With ease, bring your hands with the weights towards the top of your mat. Hands along your rib cage, fingertips in line with shoulders, tuck your toes. With or without your knees, inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out through your knees, let go of that work. And child's pose. Take your knees out wide, big toes together, hips towards your heels, forehead to the mat. All right, hope you're doing okay here. Take a few moments to rest in either child's pose, good place to take a quick sip of water, towel off. Check back in with your body, reconnect to your breath. Next, inhale, tabletop, root through your palms, knees shift in below your hips. Cow-cat movement, inhale, belly will fall. And exhale, round. Use these next few movements to reset the body, nurture the areas that may have tightened up along the way. I love cow-cat for reconnecting to a steady cadence of breath, calming down the heart rate. Okay, next time we come back to our center, pause here and hold. Reach forward and grab a weight with your right hand. Shift your weight into your left hand and kick your left heel back behind you. Okay, so we're setting up for that sequence opposite side. Left hand down, left heel back. Activate through your core, stabilize your body, and slowly reach right arm forward. Remember, you can do this with or without the weight. As you lift up more through your left heel, keep reaching through the fingertips or the knuckle on the right side. And as you exhale, squeeze elbow in towards knee nice and tight. Inhale, breath, kick through your left heel, right arm will reach forward. And exhale, squeeze in. We have 5 here. Inhale. And exhale. Last 4, inhale. And exhale. Find your breath for 3. Last 2. And 1. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Everything in as tight as you can. And exhale, plant the right weight down. Plant your right hand slightly ahead of your right shoulder. Roll to the right toes, right side of your mat. Grab a weight with your left hand and open up to your modified side plank. Left arm towards the ceiling, left foot is anchored down. You guys, this is such a great place to stay. Still so much core stabilization required, bit of strength in the upper body as we keep that top arm lifted. Okay. And remember, the front arm slightly ahead of the shoulder is going to be a lot safer and more comfortable to root. Okay, now lift your left foot if you're adding on. Left arm will reach forward. We add the side body crunch. Elbow in towards knee, squeeze in and open back up. Good. Squeeze in and open back up. Stay with me for 5. Open. 4. Open. Last 3. Whew, find your breath. 2. And 1. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Left hand, weight to the mat. Both knees back through center. Stabilize through both palms. Tuck your toes, hover your knees. Okay, this time we'll add a little bit more from this hovering tabletop position. Dome your back body, spread your fingertips wide. Grip into the fingertips to support the joints of the wrists. Okay, and we'll add a slow tap of your knees down to the mat. Squeeze into your core, hover back, and then squeeze your knees in towards one another, so inner thighs. Okay. Lower your knees to tap, lift your knees, squeeze in. So you might see me better here from the front. Lower knees to tap, squeeze in. Lower knees to tap, squeeze in for 10, 9, 8, find your breath, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze, 2, and 1. Hold, hold, hold. Downward facing dog. Pedal through your knees, sway your hips, let all of that go. All right, friends, left leg kicks up and back behind. Bend your knees, stack your hip. We're not here for long. Okay. Activate through your core, anchor down through your right heel. Stay equal weight in both palms. High on your right toes now. Left knee taps left elbow, tricep, shoulders over wrist. Dome your back body and kick up and back. Again, knee to tricep, kick up and back. Now I don't remember how many we did on the other side, to be honest, so let's go for 3 more. Kick up, bonus if not, right? Last 2, kick up. Last 1, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Kick up and back. Look forward, step forward. There's your lunge. Okay, reach forward, grab for your weights, one under each shoulder. Lower your right knee, top of your foot, give your shoulders a big roll, peel your chest and your gaze through. Okay. And then when you're ready, keep the inner thighs active, squeeze your quads and your glutes, grab a weight in each hand and lift shoulders to stack up over hips. Okay. So the reason I say inner thighs are active, you guys, is to avoid collapsing into the joint. Repetitive movement like that isn't necessarily gonna strengthen you in any way. It could more so cause some aches and pains in the joint. So we're gonna use the big strong muscles in the quads, inner thighs, the glutes, the core to keep us stable. Bring your arms up and overhead. We've been here before, just opposite side. Slowly drop your weights back in behind your head. Squeeze your elbows tight towards your ears. As you inhale, press away from your left foot. Squeeze your inner thighs and kick your weights up and over. Bend back into your elbows, settle towards the hips. Keep squeezing the inner thighs and then kick back up. Good. Slow lower, slow lift. Let's go for 8. Squeeze. 7. Squeeze. Keep the chest lifted, ribs in. 6. Squeeze. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. Last one. Slowly back in and down, weights to the mat. Tuck your right toes. Okay, now once again, that work to flush out. Inhale, settle into your hips, chest gaze, pull through. As you exhale, squeeze inner thighs and fold over your left leg. Inhale, breath again, settle into the hips, chest gaze, pull through. And exhale, squeeze inner thighs. 3 more. Inhale. Slow, steady with your breath. Let this feel good. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Slowly bend back into your front knee. Find that bit of buoyancy. Big step to the top of your mat. Okay. With the weights in your hand, just be really mindful. Slow movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. There's a full body stretch. Arms reach up. Feet together. Heels slightly apart. Remember, outer edge of the feet parallel with the outside edge of your mat. And sit back into your chair pose. Second chair pose and last chair pose. Okay, so give it all you've got here. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes. Shoulders get a big roll. Okay, once again, hammer curls. Squeeze your weights into your shoulders and kick forward, sit back. Weights squeeze in, kick forward. Let's go for 8, 7. You can do it. I know it's hard. 6. Right here with you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Forward, fold. Take an inhale breath, halfway lift. You can keep the weights on the ground for transition. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank, pose. Okay, second set of plank. We're gonna add a bit of extra movement this time. So set yourself up really stable. Use your knees if you need to. Okay. And from here, can you replace your right hand with your right elbow and your left hand with your left elbow for arm plank? At any movement you need to, stay, 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 and bring your left elbow or left hand down, elbow in tight, right hand down, high plank. Okay, that's the move. Let's do it opposite direction. Left elbow down, right elbow down, hold, hold, hold. Right hand to the mat, left hand to the mat, high plank. Okay, 1 more time each direction. Right elbow down, left elbow down, so strong. Right hand up, left hand up. Okay, left elbow down, right elbow down, hold. Left hand down, right hand down, high plank. Shift forward to your tippy toes with or without your knees. Lower to your belly. Whew, really good work, you guys. Grab for your weights if you're using them. 1 more time, arms reach back behind you. For this set, flip your palms up. Okay, so we're flipping arms opposite way this time. Start small with the chest and the arms. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your chest. Squeeze into your back body. And exhale, slower. Again, but this time you lift the feet as well. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your chest, lift your legs, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, slow lower. Third time we add the pulse. Inhale, breath, lift your chest, your feet, your legs, your arms. Pulse ahead of your weight in, palms open for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow lower. Let that go. Bring your weight slowly towards the top of your mat. Hands in towards your ribcage, check your toes. Lift up, high plank, with or without the knees. Downward facing dog. Pedal up through your knees, sway your hips, shake out your head. No, yes. Child's pose. Lower your knees together or wide, hips towards your heels, forehead to the mat, and let that go. All right, friends, catch your breath in child's pose. You have a few moments of rest and recovery. I hope you're feeling this. I'm definitely sweating. Whew, and catching my breath. So we have a few more moments to reset. Okay, on your next breath, press into your hands and rise up. Okay. For this next bit of work, we're gonna stay on the knees. Reach forward and grab for your weights. If the floor below you has not felt so comfortable on the knees, a great option is to take the edge of your mat and roll it up. Create a bit of extra padding. And with your weights, rise up like you're setting up for a camel pose, but we won't quite take it there. Working more of the core, side body core and the quads for this next one. So you're gonna take your weights out in front of you and create a fist with knuckles moving in towards one another, elbows stay up nice and lifted, okay? That's option one. Option two, you can face the palms with your weights towards you, so you create more of like you're hugging a tree, okay? So you have this big circle with the arms or knuckles pressing towards one another. I'll let you guys play around with that. Take what option feels most comfortable for you, okay? Give your shoulders a big roll, lift up through your chest, and then for your lower body, tuck the feet under or tops of the feet, both great options. Just find again which one feels most comfortable for you. On your breath, slowly hinge back. Just far enough where you don't lose into a back bend or need to hinge forward. Okay, thinking one straight line from the top of the head towards the knees, you hinge back. And then we add a slow twist to the right, come back to your center, and rise back up. Hinge back again, one straight line, and twist to the left. Come back to your center. Okay, so that's the move, hinge back, twist right, and come back to your center. Hinge back, twist left, and come back to your center. I'm gonna ditch the weights for a moment just so I can keep the integrity of my body. This is a challenging move. Hinge back and twist. Come back up. Hinge back and twist left and come up. Okay, so whatever variation of this pose you are in, we're here for 8, 7, with or without the weights. You guys, it's work even without. Last 6. 5. Find your breath. Last 4. Okay, try to keep your elbows lifted. Last 3. Can you feel it? Let me know how this one goes for you. Last 2. Last 1. Slowly hinge forward. Just move mindfully so there's no tweaking in the lower back. Unroll your mat, untuck your toes, and take a moment to sit back hips on heels. Give your shoulders a big roll. Rock your head from side to side, and let go of some of that work. Okay, slowly roll over onto your sit bones. And we will take the weights closer towards the body just for easy access and come all the way down onto your back. Feet are rooted, knees point up towards the ceiling. Okay, and then reach your arms up overhead just for a moment here as you start to just feel the stabilization you need in the upper body. We'll add a bridge lift, moving the arms along with the transition. Okay, so slowly lower your arms now just in line with your hips. Feet are flat, hip distance apart. As you inhale, can you press up with your hips, squeeze your glutes, and slowly lift the weights up and overhead. You can tap the mat below or tap the mat overhead, and then exhale, slowly lower back down. Okay, with your breath, inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, arms slowly reach up and over. And exhale, arms come back, hips slowly lower down. We move together for 8. Squeeze the glutes at the top, that's your work. And lower. Full breath, 7. And exhale. Stay with me here, really controlled movement, both directions. Last 6. And lower. The last 5. Squeeze, 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 and lower. Try to keep your gaze down the midline of your body. This is 4. My ponytail is in the way a bit, so find that comfortability for your neck. Okay, last 3. Two more, stay with it. Last 2. And over. Maybe one more time. Okay, listen carefully. This time, pause here with your hips lifted, but bring your arms back to your center. Turn your palms forward and open up to a cactus shape. We're gonna add a press. Slide your shoulder blades a little bit closer together underneath your back. Keep squeezing your glutes, squeezing your hips. Okay, and let's press the weights up and squeeze back down. We're not here for long. Squeeze up, squeeze back down. If you need to readjust, come out of the pose and grab heavier weights for this exercise, you're welcome to do so. Hey, if this feels like enough work, you stay here. We're here together for 8, 7. Keep pressing away from both feet. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Try to resist down and up. Last 1. Press up. Slowly palms together. Slowly lower hips and lower your weights down to your chest. Right. Take the soles of your feet together, knees open up. Okay, option to take your weights and actually just plant them right at your hips for a little bit of extra pressure to open up through the inner line of the body. Main goal in this shape though is to allow the back body to settle into its natural curve, to slowly let the muscles unwind from the work, from the contraction. Take a couple more rounds of breath. All right, friends, we have just a couple more things before we settle into final Shavasana, so stay with me here. Bring your weights back in towards your chest. You can use your hands with or without the weights to slowly bring the knees back in together. Okay. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze just because it feels good. Show the body some love after all of the work it's been able to accomplish so far. And then weights up towards the ceiling, palms face the front of your mat, and stack your knees over your hips. Flex through your feet. So similar lower body position as to what we started the practice with. Lift your head, neck, shoulders up off the mat. So right away you should feel the core fire. Navel draws down. Inhale breath. Can you charge your right heel forward? Lower your right palm to hover just above the right thigh and reach your left arm overhead. Squeeze back up through center, navel down towards spine, and switch other side. Left heel will hover, left palm to hover over left thigh, right arm overhead. And we alternate right and left, right. Find your rhythm and left. Moving from side to side for 10. Keep the upper body strong and engaged. 9. Lift your shoulder blades up from the mat. 8. 7. Connect your breath to the movement. Last 6. Keep drawing your navel down. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Slowly come back to your center. Knees to chest. Lower shoulder blades back of head to mat. Rock from side to side and let that go. Release your weights down to the mat. That's it with the weights. You no longer need them. Lower your feet flat. Open your arms up once again to a cactus shape or a T. Cross your right leg over your left. Squeeze your inner thighs. Press into your left foot, lift your hips, and drop your hips to the right as your knees fall to the left. Hey, you got it. We're slowing down the practice now, unwinding from the work. If your neck allows, gaze over your right shoulder, knees and gaze fall in opposite directions to create that rinsing sensation along the body. Next inhale, come back up through center. Of course, you're welcome to linger in these final few poses for as long as you would like to. There's no rush. Okay. Opposite side, left thigh will cross over right, squeeze in tight, press into your right foot, lift your hips, slide them to the left, and knees will fall to the right. Gaze can fall over opposite shoulder, gaze towards the left as your knees fall to the right. And can you soften into the areas that are really resisting, gripping, clenching? We've asked so much of the body in terms of that engagement. So now the invitation for the body to let go. You soften into the muscles that were not too long ago asked to clench up and work. Okay, so this is the recovery. This is the wind down. Next inhale, come back through center, lower body back through center. Uncross your legs, and with both feet flat to the mat, can you windshield wiper your knees from side to side? Really good rinse for the muscles around the hip joints, the lower back. And if there's any final movement that you would wish to take now before final rest, Shavasana, you're welcome to take it. Legs and arms out long. When you are ready to settle into your final Shavasana, palms open, fingertips uncurl, shoulders move from ears. If you are choosing some more movement before rest, you're welcome to just tune me out now and keep moving at your own pace. But I highly, highly encourage you take the time for Shavasana. Such an important part of the practice where we truly get to absorb the benefits of the work. You can really feel it in the come down when we come out of the chaos, come out of the struggle, the challenge, the work. We get this gift of rest. And you deserve it. You deserve this time to sink in, to heal, recover, reset, renew. I will leave you in your Shavasana today to rest out for as long as you need to, for as long as you can. Really tune into what your body needs for the next little bit here. If you don't have to rush off of your mat, please, please, please don't. Enjoy this piece. In whatever place of rest you're in, can you take a moment to silently thank yourself for your commitment to the practice, to the work, and to your own personal health? Send out a silent thank you to the community that you have in this space, maybe not physically right where you are, but the community you know is around you. And thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. I hope that you are feeling good and energized after this work. Very, very, very loosely translated, the good and awesome in me acknowledges that in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys again. I hope to practice with you again soon. Hope you're doing well. Send me any feedback, requests. questions about any of the practices. I am excited to connect with you more, and see you soon.